Okay, for this long lever hamstring bridge, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay on our back. We're gonna have our heels slightly elevated. I'm using a couple of weights here. You can use a small box. Again, just slightly elevated off the ground, 4 to 6 inches. Some things to keep in mind. Every time we're doing this, we want our toes kind of pointing towards our nose. So we call that dorsiflexion. And we want our pelvis tucked. Something about where our belt buckle is pointing. We want to make sure that's pointing up towards the ceiling. And I use my glutes and my core to kind of help orient that pelvis so it's pointing straight up. That kind of creates an even surface where the pelvis is in that neutral position. We don't have to have our low back pushed into the ground so hard, right? But we're gonna feel that the low back starts to contact the ground a little bit as we do that, and that's good. So again, toes towards our nose, slight tuck, and then I'm just gonna simply push my heels into the ground. Imagine that the surface you're on has wheels on it, and if you just kind of extend like this, it might scoot away from you. So I want you to not only push into the ground, but almost think about pushing down and towards you with your heels, okay? So from here, toes towards my nose, slight tuck. I'm going to extend off the ground, pushing down and kind of pulling towards me. And I'm just going to hold this position for 30 to 45 seconds. To make this harder, we lengthen our legs, so more knee extension as opposed to flexion. And we can do it from here, right, the hardest. To make it a little bit easier, we come a little bit closer. Again, heels straight into the ground and go from here. Further, what we can do to make this harder is do that same exact position. Toes towards my nose, pushing straight into the ground, slight tuck, and up is we're gonna lift one leg. And again, we're holding this 30 to 45 seconds. Only start this progression when you think you've mastered the double leg, where we're extended, and we can hold it for about 45 seconds. Then you can start trying the single leg variation. Give that a shot.